Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my full coverage foundation routine. This is makeup that is going to cover everything that you have on your face: acne, scarring, hyperpigmentation. This is the routine that I follow when I know that I need my makeup to last all day long and when I want everything on my skin to be covered. I do have quite a bit of acne scarring on both sides of my cheeks and obviously quite dark and deep set under eyes. I will be using all drugstore products in this video. So first I'm going to go on with my primer. I am using the Sonia Kashuk Primer Base Mattifying Primer, and I love this stuff because it does help keep me matte and it also smooths out my wrinkles and my pores. I have combination skin. I get oily in my T-zone, so even though I only get oily in my T-zone, I extend this primer all the way out because, like I said, it is smoothing as well, and it kind of just fills in those pitted areas where I have my acne scarring there. Alright, now that we have our primer on, then we will go in with our foundation, and the foundation that I'm using today is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. This is the shade Ivory, and I absolutely love this foundation. It is so good. It is one of my holy grails. I'm going to be using a method that I've been trying out for a couple weeks and that seems to really work for me, and I think it will work for you if you have oily skin. I go in with a setting spray and a beauty blender. This is the Aesthetica Beauty Sponge. I will link that down below for you guys. I really like it. And this is also the Aesthetica Long Lasting Setting Spray. This stuff is amazing. The spray nozzle is not great on here, so if I use it to actually set my makeup, I would have to use a different spray nozzle, so that's the only thing. But this stuff will make your makeup last all day. And I have been just spreading this all over my face with a beauty blender before I put my foundation on, and I'll sometimes even spray this on the beauty blender when I'm applying my foundation, and that just really locks my makeup in. It keeps me matte longer, and it's an amazing method. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this directly on my sponge, and I'm just going to press that into the skin. And I'm going to put this all over except for maybe under my eyes. And I thought that I would do a brush on one side and the sponge on the other, just so I can show you the coverage with both of this foundation. So I am going to use a sponge on the right side of my face, and then I'll use a brush on the left side of my face. I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit more of the setting spray on my beauty blender before I go in and pick up some of that foundation, just to really make sure that my makeup is going to be locked in all night long. I'm going to try to get as close as I can here, and hopefully I'm in focus. So let's just start the blending. So you can see that covered really well. I am going to go on with just a little bit more right around here where I had that scarring, just so we can have really full coverage. So now I'm going to go on with my brush on the left side of my face, and I did spray just a little bit of setting spray on my brush. So I do have a little bit of product left. I'm going to go in and add one more layer just right in this area where I have some of that redness still showing through. So now that the foundation is all blended in, you can see that I did get full coverage. And once I go in with my concealer, it's going to be even more flawless. The concealer that I'm using today is the Maybelline Master Conceal, and this stuff is so good. Really full coverage. It's pretty comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, I feel like. So after I blended that out, I did decide to go in with my Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade Light Natural. And the only reason I did that is because this is one of my lighter concealers and I really wanted to brighten under my eyes a little bit more. So I just added just a little bit right here and right here. And I think it did add a little bit more coverage, but I mostly just use it to lighten it. So I recommend either one of these concealers if you are looking for something that is full coverage and that isn't cakey and they build well. This builds super well. I'm going to go in with my powder products. These powder products are going to help your makeup last longer. They are all drugstore or affordable. So what I'm going to first do is go on with my Coty Airspun powder, and this is in Translucent Extra Coverage. I have been testing out a lot of loose powders lately. I mean, even the Laura Mercier and like cult favorite ones, and I still have not found one that I like more than my Coty Airspun. It is so good. So if you can find this, you definitely need to pick it up. It's one of the best loose powders ever. So what I like to do is go in and bake in the creases of my nose and my smile lines, because that is where I crease pretty quickly, as well as my forehead wrinkles that I have here. I have some pretty deep set wrinkles, so I always go in and bake those areas. And I also set my under eyes, and I'm going to be using a sponge to apply this powder everywhere. It can also help to go in and use that loose powder right around where your pores are because it does help to smooth the look of your pores as well. I also like to do it because baking the area is going to help control my oils and keep me matte for longer. So baking is pretty much just applying a pretty excessive amount of loose powder to where you are oily or on your wrinkles or your pores to help smooth the look of them, to help control your oils. And you want to leave that powder sit. The longer you let it sit, the better that it will work. Even though I don't get oily on my cheeks, I think I will go in and apply some powder there because that is going to help smooth out the texture that I have from my acne scarring. So you can pretty much just bake your entire face, which when I'm going out and I know my makeup is going to be on for a while and I'm going to be dancing or whatever, then I will really just go in and bake my whole face because it makes my makeup last all night long. A lot of people will go in and bake their under eyes. I try to avoid doing that just because I have pretty dry under eyes and I have a lot of little wrinkles and fine lines there. So if you struggle with the same issue, then I would maybe just avoid baking under your eyes. I do apply powder there because I have to set my concealer, but I just don't put too much powder there. So now that that powder has set on my face a little bit, I am just going to go on with a finishing powder on top of that. And I know you're probably thinking, why would you do that? You just put loose powder all over your face. But this is just my method and this is just what I think makes my skin look extra flawless. This is a drugstore product as well. This is the e.l.f. finishing powder and I have the shade light / medium. I think I could go for the shade lighter than this. I know that this is excessive, but this is what is going to make your makeup last all day long. It's going to control your oils. You are going to look flawless and airbrushed. So if you want to skip this step, then you certainly could. You know, if you have dry skin, you could skip this step, but this powder is really great. And I think if you have dry skin, it's still going to be just fine on your skin because this does not make your face look powdery at all. It is just a really beautiful finishing powder. So I'm going to go in and apply that just to the outer perimeters of my face pretty much, and then we will come back. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. And I obviously think that it looks flawless. That's the point of this video. I know that this routine may be a little excessive for some of you guys. You may be worried about your skin looking powdery. And if it does look powdery at first, obviously you can go in and set your skin with a setting spray. I did. I used the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day in lavender. I will say that even if after that you do still look powdery, your makeup is going to warm up to your skin and it is going to look amazing. I like the way my skin looks immediately after I'm done with all my makeup, like the way it looks right now. But I think that even in a couple hours it looks even more beautiful because the makeup has warmed up to my skin. My natural oils have started to come through a little bit and it just looks a little more natural, which obviously this is not a natural look. But we're not going for natural, but you know, once it warms up to your skin, then it does make it look a lot less powdery and that look will go away. So yeah, I really hope that this video helps some of you guys. Let me know down below what your flawless full coverage foundation routine is like and some good products that you've tried that work for you. I will also have everything that I used today linked down below for you guys if you're interested in purchasing any of those. I highly recommend every product that I used in this video. I do plan on doing a dedicated video to full coverage foundations that are affordable. So if you want to see that, make sure you give this video a like so that I know. And if you aren't already, please subscribe. I have a lot of fun videos coming soon for you and I cannot wait to share them all with you. I actually am about to film my online shopping hacks video and that one is going to be really awesome. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.